That is what they will concentrate on. From Nigeria, or they are speaking from Nigeria. For those of you who will come and say, why are we talking from abroad? From Nigeria. And the same Nigerian government they don't want to come to Finland to come and face these things with their lawyers. I thought by now they would have been in Finland with their lawyers and with their documentation evidences and, proof. Now, what they are bringing forward again is cyber incitement. The self-acclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafran government in exile, Simon Ekpa, has now sued the Nigerian government in ICC. The charges of terrorism has been dropped by the Nigerian state, and now what they are bringing forward to Finland? Okay, sorry, to Finland is now the cyber incitement to his followers and to the citizens of his country and to the terrorists. And you are still calling us terrorists, though. He's still calling the people terrorists. The terrorist army that he's using to carry out his attacks. Now, they have dropped the terrorism attack, the charges, They dropped the terrorism charges against Simon Ekpa. And now what they are now bringing forward is cyber incitement. Nigeria, you people are mad, completely mad. Nigerian government, you are completely mad. How can you drop terrorism charges? Because now they are asking you people to come to Finland and to go to ICC to prove these things. And now all of a sudden you are dropping the charges. You are dropping charges of terrorism. But you said this man was a terrorist. You said he's a terrorist. And you are dropping the charges from Nigeria. You didn't even come here to explain how these things came about. And you know what? The Finland, look at what the Finland said. Up till now, we have not found Ekpa guilty of any offense or crime, but we are still under investigation to investigate everything that the Nigerian state brought against the Finnish citizen, who is Simon Ekpa. We are still under investigation to investigate all these things. And do you know what? If at the end of all this investigation, because I know the cyber incitement as well will be dropped, they didn't find Simon Ekpa guilty of all these charges, Nigeria will face a lot of sanctions. I can beat my chest to that. And let me continue to debunk the lies that Simon Ekpa is arrested. Simon Ekpa was never arrested. I can beat my chest to that and tell you he was never arrested. Simon Ekpa was invited. Simon Ekpa drove himself to the Finnish authority police station to answer questions, and up to today is still submitting evidences against Nigerian state. And they are here fooling you people, fooling the Nigerian citizens that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. They thought this was Nigeria. They thought by, making all these frivolous allegations against Simon Ekpa, that by now Simon Ekpa would have been thrown in jail. This is what people are suffering in Nigeria, including Mazin Nandikanu. Innocent citizens are in prison for doing nothing. They will catch you maybe because you didn't give them money. Because Nigerian police are very corrupt. Nigerian armies are the most corrupt thing in the world today. Nigerian police and militaries and paramilitaries are the most corrupt human being on earth today. They thought when they catch you, if they ask you for money, you don't give them money. The next thing they will do is to buy you, put gun in front of you and label you a terrorist, a criminal, a thief. But do you know that all the crime that they've been committing in the southeast is playing out in Finland? And they sit and they don't want, and they know they don't want, that's why they don't want to come to Finland. Musa is sued in ICC with all his frivolous charges. Now you are dropping terrorism charges against Mazi Simon Ekpa. I'm now saying that he is inciting with his account. That is inciting his people on social media. Nigeria is gone. I'm telling you, Nigeria, after this, war, this fight that you entered with Simon Ekpa, because you people are no longer writing anything meaningful to Nigeria. They're just confused. Tell them the truth and let them know where they're standing. And I'm very happy with what I'm seeing today. Go to the internet and check it. It is there. It's not me making this up. One Nigerianness. Look at your country. After all, hey, the terrorist, you now realize that we have, done our convention, have our independence. More countries are going to recognize us very soon. And now you are now turning back and saying, oh, Simon Ekpa is no more a terrorist. That is inciting us via his social media handle. People that wants to be free from the shackles of Nigerian bondage, chains. And that is why you call us a terrorist. And we have proven to Finland that we are not terrorists. Because any Igbo man, one Igbo man that the government of Nigeria calls terrorists, by default, all of us are terrorists indeed. Because they are calling the IPOB terrorist organization and terrorist group. And most of you that are